So I'm Oscar Berglund, I'm CEO of Trustly. Trustly is an online banking payments provider. We enable more than 500 million consumers across Europe and the US to pay directly from their bank account and to get paid into their bank accounts if we process a payout for a merchant. We've been around since 2008 with 700 people, offices across Europe and in the US as well. I think drivers, there's demand both from the consumer side and the merchant side. Consumers want to have, better and more easy ways of paying, and then as well as being able to share data to have better offerings from their suppliers or would-be suppliers. From a merchant point of view, there's demand both for a better way to accept payments as well as then to have data in case you're kind of offering users something based on data. I think a key driver and something that's going to drive further adoption both among consumers and then consequently on merchants is biometrics-based authentication. So one of the key reasons historically that cards were kind of better performing than bank payments was the fact that the way you sign a card payment was more convenient. Over the last few years, it's actually development has been in the opposite direction. You had, of course, the regulation in Europe, PSD2, imposing requirements to do strong authentication. And in the card world, that is not always a very easy experience. For online banking payments, on the other hand, there has always been two-factor authentication. And over the last few years, the development has really been towards biometrics-based status authentication. So instead of remembering long passwords or having to deal with PIN codes or similar, you just use your fingerprints as an example, right? So I think that is something that is going to be important going forward. It's something that's going to drive adoption both in the consumer space and then on the back of that in the merchant space. The opportunities are pretty clear, and I think I mentioned that before in terms of demand both for consumers and merchants. The challenges is mainly relating to how do you do, the devil is in detail. How do you do this on a very technical level? As an example, the interface through which you or we as an open banking provider access a bank, be it to initiate a payment or be it to get to data. Is that interface well thought out? Does it work well? Does it allow for a great user journey? And I say in principle what I would like to kind of support, I really like to say is multiple things. For those APIs should be real APIs, like data to data. They should not prescribe a user journey. The user journey must be up to the open banking solutions provider to provide and to innovate around. So the real APIs should be real kind of generic APIs, data-driven such APIs, rather than kind of putting more things in there. With PSD2, Europe was really the first one out of the blocks, and I think that legislation is a fantastic piece of work and something Europe should be very much proud about. Obviously, US is an important market, and open banking is still in its infancy there. But that's going to be very exciting to see how that develops. It's a market we're obviously present already today. You have other large kind of markets around the world, Australia, Canada, and similar markets. So I think it's a global phenomenon. And we are looking at it mainly from the point of view of where do our merchants want us to accept payments, where do they have customers. So where can we help them out? Those are the most kind of important and exciting markets for us. For us, Trustly, we're kind of an enterprise payments provider. We have always done payments. We have always built a very strong offering around the merchant and what the merchant needs. We have built a strong offering around kind of the settlement rails. So after you initiate the payment, what happens then? There's a lot of things that can still go wrong, so to speak. So we built a lot of functionalities around that and making that go as well as possible. So from my point of view, it's really about payments-related functionalities. We're interested in payments. We're interested in if we can augment payments with data to the benefit of the merchant and the consumer. So it's really kind of payments related and kind of payments with a data overlay that's exciting to us.